Imagine a world where every move you make is watched, where a secret machine predicts crimes before they happen. What if someone could stop those crimes before they occur? That's the premise of Person of Interest, a mind-bending crime thriller created by Jonathan Nolan. In this review, we'll break down the very first episode, where we meet the mysterious John Reese and the genius billionaire Harold Finch, two men who take justice into their own hands. Is this show worth watching? Let's dive in.
When you find that one person who connects you to the world, you become someone different. What?
Besides, when we take the car, we don't get to meet new friends.
I'm here for my client.
Running a little short at the moment. That's the name you prefer, isn't it? So you see, knowledge is not my problem. 8 million people. You can't stop that. What if you could stop those?
Today, we are talking about the crime, sci-fi, action, and thriller series named Person of Interest, Season 1, Episode 1. Director, David Semmel. Writer, Jonathan Nolan. Released date, September 22nd, 2011. What is Person of Interest about? Person of Interest is a science fiction, crime thriller that revolves around a secret artificial intelligence surveillance system that predicts violent crimes before they happen. A former CIA operative and a reclusive billionaire use this technology to stop these crimes, working outside the law. This episode introduces the main characters and sets up the premise of the show in an action-packed, intriguing way.
These are Social Security numbers, and each of them map out to a violent crime.
Okay, Mr. Finch. What am I doing here?
Sleeping.
Is this the missing persons file from '07?
One of them had managed to crawl 10 feet to a phone to dial 911.
The person who made that call was Jermaine Saltz, and he was friends with the defendant?
Same as I always do, unquote. Said he wouldn't have left him there half dead, blubbering for his girlfriend.
You went a little off script in your testimony. Well, I can look out for myself, you know that.
I don't have much. But you're welcome to take whatever you need.
Main cast and performances: Jim Caviezel as John Reese, a former CIA operative turned vigilante. Michael Emerson as Harold Finch, a reclusive billionaire and genius programmer who built the machine. Taraji P. Henson as Detective Joss Carter, a skilled NYPD detective investigating Reese. Kevin Chapman as Detective Lionel Fusco, a corrupt cop who becomes entangled in Reese's mission. Each actor brings their A-game to the pilot episode, especially Jim Caviezel, who delivers a stoic yet emotionally complex performance as Reese. Michael Emerson's portrayal of Finch is mysterious and compelling, while Taraji P. Henson shines as a determined detective.
I did. Army. So what were you, Special Forces? Delta?
You know, it's funny. Best parts of your life.
I don't know, you tell me. You're the one living on the street.
Wow. I appreciate the help, counselor.
Full plot summary of Episode 1. Opening scene: a mysterious beginning. The episode opens with surveillance footage of New York City, accompanied by a voiceover explaining that the machine watches everything. We then see a homeless man with long hair and a beard, John Reese, being harassed by thugs on a subway train. In an explosive moment, Reese takes them down with brutal efficiency, revealing he is not an ordinary vagrant. However, the NYPD arrests him, and he is interrogated by Detective Joss Carter. She suspects he is ex-military or an intelligence agent, but he refuses to answer. Before she can investigate further, John is mysteriously released. Harold Finch's proposition. John is taken to meet Harold Finch, a wealthy, eccentric genius who knows everything about his past. Finch offers him a job, preventing violent crimes before they happen using secret government surveillance technology. The Machine.
8 million people. None of them knows what happens next.
Let me guess. You're a psychic.
Then I realized I was living in the information age. I realized how revolutionary it was. I don't know exactly what's going to happen or what her role in it is. Problematic.
The Machine generates social security numbers of people who are about to be involved in a crime. However, it doesn't say if they are a victim or perpetrator. The latest number belongs to Diane Hansen, an assistant district attorney. Investigating Diane Hansen, John, now suited up and looking sharp, begins tailing Diane. He uses high-tech surveillance, disguises, and his combat skills to dig into her life.
Is it somebody you're trying to protect?
You gonna help me?
I grew up in Michigan, Brightmoor. You know where that is?
You should leave us alone, lady. I can do the time.
We'll take care of you and your brother.
You were right about Hansen. Whoever framed Pope will be coming after her. Pope's brother, Michael, knows who they are.
Meanwhile, Finch explains that the machine was originally designed for the government to stop terrorist threats, but it also detects ordinary crimes, which are discarded. Finch secretly accesses these irrelevant cases, choosing to act on them himself. John soon discovers that Diane is being targeted by dirty cops, led by Detective Lionel Fusco, who are running an illegal operation. However, there's a twist. Diane isn't just a target. She's involved in the corruption herself. Action-packed climax. Reese takes down dirty cops. In a gripping sequence, John intercepts Diane just as she's about to be killed. A high-speed shootout and intense hand-to-hand combat ensue, where John eliminates several corrupt officers with military precision. In the process, he forces Detective Fusco to work for him as an informant inside the police department. After saving Diane, John warns her to stay clean and disappears into the shadows, solidifying his role as a mystery vigilante. Ending. The beginning of a partnership. John finally accepts Finch's offer, realizing he has a new purpose in life. Meanwhile, Detective Carter continues investigating him, sensing that a dangerous but righteous force is at work in the city. As the episode ends, Finch reminds John, "We'll save a lot of people, you and I." The camera pans to the NYC skyline as the AI surveillance feeds flicker, indicating that the machine is always watching. Themes and symbolism in Episode 1. Surveillance versus privacy. The episode explores how technology can be used for good or bad. Vigilante justice. John operates outside the law, raising moral dilemmas about justice. Redemption. Arc. John starts as a broken man, but Finch gives him a second chance to do good. The power of data. The machine's ability to predict crime is a terrifying yet fascinating concept.